This is AQA A-level Chemistry question. It is from the paper 3 required practical assessments. This one is related to RPA4. As always, I'm going to recommend you pause, read through the question, have a go for yourself, and then review your answers. Okay, so we have a question here about ion testing. Describe how a student could distinguish between aqueous solutions of potassium nitrate and potassium sulfate using one simple test tube reaction. So we need a reagent first of all, and all of this is built around the fact that we have got potassium sulfate, and more specifically the sulfate ions, because we have a test for sulfate ions, and that is to add barium chloride. You could add barium hydroxide, you could add a number of barium compounds. But when you add them, if I do that with KNO3, I will get no visible change. But this is the test for sulfate ions because it will make a white precipitate of barium sulfate. We've differentiated between them. We now know which is which. Now let's consider a slightly trickier question actually, and one that you'll need to have done some of the work from the aqueous chemistry topic, which you're likely to review later in year 13. But describe how a student could distinguish between aqueous solutions of magnesium chloride and aluminium chloride using one simple test tube reaction. So the reagent that we're adding here is NaOH. When we do that, we're going to make MgOH2. Now, magnesium hydroxide, the trend in solubility of hydroxides in group 2 is they get more soluble. So magnesium hydroxide is insoluble, and that's why we get the white precipitate. Aluminium chloride is slightly trickier. When you add sodium hydroxide to that, you actually make a white precipitate of AlOH3. But if you add more OH minus, that white precipitate will redissolve. So again, if you're still in year 12, if you've not done the aqueous topic, you wouldn't be able to answer that final bit, but that is what we're looking for. Okay, that's the end of this question. Thank you for listening and goodbye.